good afternoon, good evening, depending the time where you're watching this from. I want us to discuss about something, and it's a system that has really eaten deep into our life as farmers. And this system, every year, millions of cocoa farmers across West Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America, and all cocoa growing region always receive something, and it looks like help, and it always comes in form of fertilizer, pesticides, fungicides, delivered to them even before they asked. But here's what nobody is telling them at the beginning, that help comes with a price that is calculated by someone else, paid back at the rate set by someone else, and deducted from your harvest even before you see a single naira, cedis, or dollar. Now, this system is called the input credit trap, and today we are going to break it apart piece by piece so that you can see it for yourself exactly what it is. Now, before we continue, make sure you share this video, like, and also invite someone. It might be of help to that person. Thank you. Trap, a system of debt inside cocoa farming. Now, what is input credit? What is input credit? Let us start with basic, because not everything called input credit is bad. Input credit is simply a system where a farmer receives farming inputs like fertilizers, agrochemicals, seedlings, and tools on credit. Now, you receive them now to pay back later, usually after harvest. On paper, this sounds like a good idea. Most smallholder farmers do not have enough cash upfront to buy everything they need at the beginning of a season. So, this input credit fills that gap. In theory, farmer gets the input, farmer produces more cocoa, farmer sells the cocoa, farmers pay back the credit, and farmers get profits. Now, that is a promise, but the reality on many farms looks different. Okay, because the system that is supposed to help you has been designed in a way that keeps you coming back season after season, debt after debt. And if you don't understand how the trap is built, you will walk into it with your eyes open and still not understand or see what is happening. Yes, this system, you may walk into the system, if not well explained to you, with your eyes open and still not understand what is happening. Now, how is the trap built? Let's discuss exactly how this trap is constructed. There are 5 layers to read. Layer 1, the inflated input price. Now, when a buyer, trader, or agro input company gives you input on credit, they almost never change you the open market price. They charge you a credit price, which is sometimes 20% higher or 50% higher. That makeup is their interest. This is not just called interest, it is built into the price of the bag of fertilizer or the bottle or sachet of fungicide. So before you have even planted anything or sprayed anything, you are already in debt at a premium. You're already in premium debt. So that is what is called the inflated input price. Now, the layer 2, which is the tied buyer price, TIED, the tied buyer price. Here's where it gets serious. The same person who gives you the credit is the input supplier, is also the buying agent, is often also the person who buys your cocoa at harvest time. So this is called a tied buyer arrangement, and it means you do not have the freedom to sell to whoever offers you the best price. You must sell to them because you're owing them, because they hold your debt. And when you bring your cocoa to sell, the repayment is deducted first. So whatever is left, if at all anything is left, and the harvest price manipulation. Now here is the silence part of the trap. The part many farmers do not even realize is happening, because your tight buyer knows you must sell to them. They have very little pressure to offer you a fair price. Now the world cocoa price can be high, the farm gate price you receive can be low, and you have no leverage to negotiate because you already own the money. Now they set the scale, they set the price, and you take whatever remains. Now the layer 4, the yield shortfall problem. Remember, farming is not a factory. Yields vary year after year. Pest comes, rain falls, but the input credit arrangement often do not account for this. If your harvest was smaller than expected, maybe because of blackboard or drought or capsid damage, you may not earn enough from your cocoa to cover the full credit repayment. So the remaining debt rolls over to the next season, and to produce that next season you need more input, so you take more credit and the cycle begins, and it becomes a recurring debt. Now the layer 5, the knowledge gap. Now the fifth and perhaps most powerful layer of the trap is information. Many farmers who enter input credit arrangement do not fully understand the total cost of what they are accepting. The repayment terms may be verbal. The deduction calculations happens at the buyer's table, not at the farmer's table. Now, when you do not know how the numbers are calculated, you cannot challenge them, and that is not an accident.